If you're planning a fall Disney trip, there's something a lot of people don't realize until it's too late. Magic Kingdom closes early during fall party season because of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and every year I see people plan a full Magic Kingdom day and realize they're getting kicked out before nighttime fireworks.
I literally have a friend who was planning to bring her daughter for the first time to Magic Kingdom on a fall Friday. And I mentioned that the park would probably close early to day guests because of the party. And she said, oh, well, I'll just buy party tickets instead. And guess what? They were sold out.
And that's when I realized a lot of people don't even know this is something that they need to plan around. That's exactly why I wanted to make this video. Because before you lock in your tickets, I want to help you avoid an expensive planning mistake. And the better choice depends entirely on what kind of trip you're trying to have. Because I've done both. I've attended Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and then I went back and did a regular Magic Kingdom day on a party night. And what I found is that a lot of families buy the wrong ticket for the type of Disney day they actually want. And after taking kids to Disney for over 30 years, I have thoughts. And a quick thank you to Unlocked Magic for sponsoring today's video. They offer discounted Disney tickets, including special event tickets. So if you're planning a fall trip and still figuring out which ticket option makes the most sense, I'll leave their link in the description. But first, let's compare these two very different Magic Kingdom days. Let's start with what the party actually is. Your party ticket gets you entry into Magic Kingdom at 4 p.m. The party officially starts later that evening, and what you're really paying for is exclusive entertainment, and honestly, one of the most bizarrely delightful things Disney allows adults to do. This is one of the only times adults can wear costumes inside Magic Kingdom. And yes, fully grown adults can walk around trick-or-treating like they're 8 years old again. And because the event is sponsored by Mars Wrigley, Disney is not exactly handing out one sad fun-sized Snickers and sending you on your way. You can leave this party with an absolutely unhinged amount of candy if you hit enough trails. The Boo to You parade, genuinely one of Disney's best parades. The fireworks, fantastic. The Hocus Pocus stage show is fun if you're into that movie. A few rides get overlays too. Space Mountain goes completely dark with a Halloween soundtrack. Mad Tea Party gets special lighting and music. Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor gets seasonal jokes. And sometimes Disney adds little surprises or rotates smaller offerings, but those core party perks are usually what people are really paying for. And the biggest thing, Magic Kingdom feels completely different at night during this event, and that part is genuinely special. Now let's talk about the question everybody asks. Are the ride lines actually shorter during the party? And based on what I personally experienced, yes, but probably not in the magical walk right onto everything fantasy some people imagine. Some rides absolutely dropped, some still had waits.
And some of that also depends on when you're riding. I actually never made it onto Haunted Mansion on my party night because it would have taken up a very significant chunk of my party time.
A lot of people are prioritizing parade spots, fireworks, trick-or-treat trails, and stage shows. So if your goal is to ride as much as possible, there can be strategic windows during entertainment offerings. And on the regular daytime side, I actually found wait times more manageable than I expected for a party day. Not empty, this is still Magic Kingdom, but better than many people assume once they hear the park closes early. And I think that's the bigger takeaway. Do not buy a party ticket strictly because someone promised you every ride would be a walk-on. That's not always how this works. And this is where I think people can accidentally make the wrong choice, because whether the party feels magical or miserable often has less to do with the event itself and a lot more to do with who you're bringing. Can we have a quick people mover parenting truth moment here? Sit down with me for a minute. I was at the actual Halloween party and I watched a parent scolding a toddler for being bad. And y'all, this child was hot, overstimulated, exhausted. It was late. They had probably been standing in lines all day. And I just kept thinking, that toddler is not ruining your Disney vacation. Your expectations are ruining your Disney vacation. Sometimes adults plan Disney trips like tiny children are miniature adults who should fully appreciate the financial investment. They do not care what you paid for lightning lanes. They are 3. And it gets even harder during party nights because now you're asking little kids to stay up far later than they normally would. And sometimes that works. And listen, there's no medal for keeping your toddler awake until midnight just to prove you got your money's worth. But to be fair, I had a 3-year-old who happily stayed in Magic Kingdom until 1 a.m. with me once, and he still remembers that night because we watched the fireworks from behind the castle. The difference, he took a proper nap, and his dad stayed back at the room that night with his little brother. Know your child, know your family, and know that your family does not all have to be doing the exact same thing at the exact same time. But if you're planning to do the party with younger kids, please do not rope drop another park that morning and then act shocked when things unravel by 9 p.m. This is your permission slip for a very lazy resort day. Sleep in, pool time, nap if your kids still do that, air conditioning, slow breakfast. Protect their energy so they can actually enjoy the event you're paying extra for. And sometimes everybody ends up crying on on Main Street, sometimes the kindest thing you can do is slow down, take a break, lower the expectations, and realize Disney with little kids may need to look very different than Disney with adults. Okay, parenting rant over. We are now returning to our regularly scheduled meandering.
My fellow sentient life forms, our people mover journey has nearly come full orbit.
Now, here's the option people rarely talk about, buying a regular Magic Kingdom ticket on a party day. And honestly, this may surprise people because a lot of guests skip these days because the park closes earlier. And what I found was a slightly more manageable daytime experience. That doesn't mean empty. This is Magic Kingdom. Let's stay emotionally grounded. But it can be a smart option if you have younger kids, you don't care about fireworks, you're trying to save money, or you just want a solid daytime park day. The trade-off, you are leaving before nighttime entertainment. And then there's the one thing people do not think about enough: weather. Party tickets are locked into a specific date, rain or shine, and this is Florida. I was literally riding the people mover, watching the rain roll in during my party night, thinking, toddlers with wet socks, that's still your party night. And honestly, adults with wet socks aren't exactly thriving either. If you buy a regular day ticket and the weather looks terrible, you typically have a lot more flexibility to pivot your park day, and that matters if you're only here for a short trip. And yes, party guests will absolutely be walking in dressed like villains while you head toward the exit. That's humbling. But if you have park hopper tickets, this gets a lot more interesting. You could absolutely do Magic Kingdom during the day and experience those lower crowds, and then hop to Epcot for dinner and nighttime vibes, or head to Hollywood Studios for the nighttime entertainment there. That can be a really smart middle ground option if you just want a full day without paying extra for the party. Neither choice is wrong. They're just very different days. And if you're still trying to figure out tickets for your trip, this is where I'll remind you that Unlocked Magic is linked below. They offer discounted Disney tickets, including party tickets. So if this video saved you from buying the wrong ticket, my work here is done. And if you do book through my link, I may earn a small commission, which helps support the channel.
This is what I wish more Disney content would tell people, is that you do not need every upcharge party event. You do not need to maximize every single hour of your trip. And you do not need to force your family into someone else's perfect Disney itinerary. The best Disney trips are usually built around your budget, your travel style, your energy level, the people you are traveling with, and not someone else's highlight reel. If you're planning a fall Disney trip, let me know in the comments. Are you team Halloween party or are you team regular day ticket? And if you want to go a little deeper into the Disney holiday party side of things, what the holiday parties are like, how they compare, and which one might fit your trip, I did a video breakdown of those parties right here. It'll give you a much better idea of what these events are actually like before you commit. And if you like realistic planning advice from someone who's been going for 50 years now, subscribe. I appreciate you meandering with me. It really does help the channel, and I'll keep doing the homework so your trips can feel a little easier.